My lord, NISA, what NISA has done? My lord will kindly appreciate this particular first segment of manipulation were with regard to a particular recruitment process which was started in 2016. Destruction took place by proper orders in 2018-19. Till that time, no investigation was going on. My lord will try to appreciate. Now, my lord, what they have done it is not something of what we are trying to bring out of 2016. So, what they have done through orders, they have done it in a very, very pre-planned manner that now these things have happened because this was kept under a cover for long 6 years from 2016 to 22. What we are trying to investigate now in 2022, most of the things will be lost. We are just, therefore, NISA and what NISA did. NISA was working under the aegis of commission.
NISA is NISA. What is
NYSA. NYSA.
Full form?
It's just the name of the company.
It's only NYSA.
Oh.
It's NISA Communications Private Limited.
Right.
It's the name of a particular juristic person. Now, my lord, as far as my lord, he is concerned, my lord, if today I have given you a job to scan, see, give it to me. After 5 years, if I say that now my work is over, you destroy it. Can that amount of illegality, he may be saddled for not getting bail. He will come and say, if I try to champion for his cause, I will say that I am an agent, I was given a job. I kept it under me for 5 years. If a client comes to me and says, why you have not kept my brief for another 10 years, and then I go to jail, my lawyer will say the same thing. Why should? Because they told me already destroy it. I have destroyed it. Now, my lord, will kindly, how are they on the same footing? Kalyan, my lord, I am going to say that. But as far as their footing is concerned, my lord,
records cannot be equated with documents.
My lord, but they were told to do that.
Even if there is a destruction of digital records, there must be some imprint.
My lord, that is what we are looking, my lord. This was in a way, my lord, it was destroyed. This was this. My lord, we have got a second copy by way of Bansal. That is which we said before. That is, my lord, why? Because it fell from my lord. NISA person, VP has been granted bail. I am saying he cannot be on the same footing because he is a creature of instruction from these people whose bail is being moved before my lords. They told destroy, he has destroyed it. They are to be responsible for keeping the records, not NISA. So if NISA has been granted, VP has been granted bail, how can they be in my respect to a submission on the same footing? SSC was the maker of document. It is their duty to preserve it. So why NISA? NISA has told, NISA is creature of instruction. He has said we have destroyed it. That is Miller. Now Miller. So Miller, now what happened was that now these OMR,
Yes.
now OMR sheets were destroyed. The digital data was destroyed, which was never handed over, Miller. Which was never handed over. And Miller, which I said, Miller, these appointments, all the data which is available with the board is the data which can be tampered with and which can be doctored upon. And on the basis of that particular data which was given to them by NISA, they have said that we have given appointments. And when we come to see that what is the exact OMR sheet, then we started investigating and we got one gentleman called Pawan Bansal who was working for NISA. Now this gentleman called Pawan Bansal, he had retained a particular copy. Pankaj Bansal, who started a new company in Ghaziabad, if I'm not.
No, Niladri.
Niladri
under কাজ করছে.
Sorry, he was working for NISA, so he had kept another copy. So we could gather it from him, and from there we could understand that the entire manipulation, what it is going. So this is how, Miller, we could decipher that the first stage of manipulation, how, and the MIC wielding his power of chair was a person who was masterminding the entire thing, because under his aegis the entire thing was happening. Because a person, the other people who are there before my lords could not have worked in such a flamboyant and fearless manner if there would not have been a particular order from a person who's holding the higher post. And everything was done in such a surreptitious manner, even the rule was amended without following the protocol. Why? Why was these powers taken away? So, my lord, in my respectful submission, the first branch of... Now, my lord, for my lord's ready reference, sir. Sir, I'm rushing with that. Sir, I want to finish it.
Thank you.
Well, sir, again, I will... No, sir, coach,
Sorry.
I apologize.
To finish it today.
My lord, I will try. I'm trying because, my lord, again, going I'm trying to...
Yes.
Because, my lord, what is happening is, my lord, again, it will spill over to some other date. My lord, what we have done, my lord, to cut the whole story short, my lord, because, again, I'll be... My lord, we have made a particular compilation of the people that what have been the specific allegation as far as witnesses are concerned and other documents are concerned with regard to the petitioners whose case I am. These are for my lords, my lord, which is we have just tried to make a compilation, just a note
These
from
are
the charge sheet.
statements recorded under
Record 161, then the whatever we have stated in the charge sheet, my lord, that we have given to you.
This is summary of those statements.
Yes, summary of those statements and other things. That how, my lord, because while my lords may go through it, my lord, because here, my lord, we have categorically stated what has basically the accusations of what has been the allegations against these people. First, my lord, we have come to Shanti Prasad Sinha, my lord. Here we have specifically stated the role of Mr. Sinha as far as this particular scam is concerned, my lord. Then, my lord, 2 is Sri Ashok Kumar Saha. Because, my lord, my learned senior friends have followed a very concise notes of submission, my lord. So, I also tried to make my submission concise, my lord. Now, my lord, Ashok Kumar Saha. Comprehensively, बोला আমি তো বললাম তাহলে আমি নিতাম তাহলে কি নিয়ে নেবো তাহলে বলো আমি নিয়ে নিচ্ছি what I am being told, Millard, we may not rely on this, Millard, because we have now my officer is instructing, Millard, this was only for my lord's perusal, and Millard, so Millard, if my lord does not allow, then we'll have to make another note. So, sir, I apologize. No. You know that we are then, Millard, because because investigation is going on. আমি জানি না তারা বলেছেন I'm preacher of instruction কি করে বলবো এখন অফিসার কিছু বলছে my officer is saying, Millard, then I তো কি এটা না তাহলে এটার উপরে তার রিলাই করছি না if I cannot ask the honorable judges to peruse something which I cannot give to the other side,
so we'll return these.
My lord will kindly. My lord, if required, my lord, we'll give a written notes of submission to my lord, as my lord senior friends have given, my lord. We'll give a notes of submission with a copy of it. I apologize, my lord. I render unqualified. So, my lord. Now, my lord, when the first said, when the manipulation started in the further, that time, Sri Shubiraj Bhattacharya was the chairman of the commission, my lord. And he was the person, my lord, who held a particular meeting, and he was the person under the age of Mr. Partho Chatterjee and others who have been accused, my lord. He masterminded, along with him, the entire process of manipulating the OMR sheets, numbers, appointment of NISA, asking them to destroy it, and then giving appointments to people in the manner which has been stated very categorically in the charge sheet, and which was also the outcome of the judgment passed by the coordinate bench of this honorable court. So, my lord, the entire process, starting from 2016, in a premeditated manner, was tailor-made for giving effect to this particular recruitment process, where most of the people who are agents before my lord, when they started getting benefits in the first thing, and in the process, they increased in number, and lakhs and crores of rupees, even by people who were not having any finger in the pie, they got from public at large, who were robbed. People, there were very few people who could come before this honorable court with their grievances. There are obtained number of people who could not even come, who have given money. Now, my lord, so who started this particular issue? There was something, and which was started by the people who were wielding power at that point of time. The root cause, many things can be said, my lord. On the same footing, Article 21. My lord, what about Article 21 of those people who have been robbed because of this particular scam? My lord, my lord.
Nothing to
My lord, I was told that I will not be disturbed. My lord, because
Article 21 does not apply to those persons.
no, I'm coming. আমি ওইটা বলিনি স্যার, আমি বলছি আর্টিকেল 21 বলা হচ্ছে, আমি ওদের আর্টিকেল 21 এ বলছি না। স্যার sorry sir, I take back.
Sorry.
I take back. No, my lord, Article 21 is being pleaded, my lord. That should be given to them. Constitution is for everybody. But my lord, my question I'm asking myself is, my lord, that how, if they are granted bail, my lord, what ramifications it will have for the ongoing investigation? That is the first question which I am asking myself. Second is, my lord, since the investigation is going on, there are chances that we will unearth many more things. Now, if a person who is out, if he knows where the loopholes are, the first thing which he will do is he is going to plug in. But if he is inside, he will have to take help of someone else, and that may be in some cases a tall order. Secondly, my lord, the people who are still witnesses, their compilation we have made, my lord, who are working. এইটার কপি দেওয়া যাবে তো? এইটারও দেওয়া যাবে? তাহলে মামলা করা সম্ভব না, ছেড়ে দিন। What is it? No, I'm talking about this. So my lord will kindly bear me. Okay, no problem. So my lord, we will give a comprehensive notes of submissions, my lord. My lord, there are witnesses, my lord, who were, for example, my lord, we have witness like, my lord, we have witnesses like, as far as Mr. Shanti Prasad Sinha is concerned, my lord. One is Mr. Shubhro Das, who was the data entry operator, who is a contractual person, who has disclosed in his statements his complicity. Then, my lord, Shankar Prasad Banerjee is there, who is again a data entry operator, who is on a contractual basis. Then Ronnie Roy is there, who is again a data entry operator, who is on a contractual basis. These are the people who have given statements against Dr. Shanti Prasad Sinha. Then, my lord, there is Rajesh Layak, who was the person who actually printed. Then there is Soumitra Sarkar. Both Rajesh Layak is working as a Group 3 post as a contractual employee. The same is with Soumitra Sarkar. He is also one of the persons who is working. Then, my lord, we come to Mr. Ashok Kumar Saha. Then again, my lord, Soumitra Sarkar is one of the person who is the witness, who can be influenced by him. Then Sumona Sen, who is the assistant secretary, she will be influenced, of West Bengal WBSE. Then, my lord, as far as Dr. Suberesh Bhattacharya is concerned, Shankar Prasad Banerjee, who is a data entry operator, who is on a contractual basis. Sunil Kumar Dhali, who is again on a contractual basis. Then, my lord, Sumona Sen, whose name I have stated. Mahua Vishwas, who was the chairman at one point of time. Then, my lord, Subhash Chandra Mistry, who was one of the member of the interview board. Then, my lord, Alok Mondal. So, my lord, there are up to number of, my lord, we in our notes of submission will give, there are, my lord, at least, my lord, 20 to 25 such witnesses, my lord, who will be influenced. Now, my lord, in my respectful submission, my lord, so, my lord, what I'm humbly, now I'm coming to that aspect as to who have been granted bail. और कुछ है? आरोप में amplify करा। अच्छा ठीक है ছাড়ুন আরো কিছু বলার আছে না মিলে किसको अपने बोल अपने तो और मास्टर हो Millard. Now, Millard, what I am trying to impress, Millard, that though we did not get the data from NISA's record, but Pankaj Bansal, we have got the data from his disk and we have deciphered it from there, and the hash value meets. So under those circumstances, we have come to know, Millard, that the data which has been available with us with regard to the first phase of Millard, the scam, Millard, which is part of the charge sheet, Millard. So there, Millard, it can be said, Millard, that this particular thing was done and in a premeditated manner with an intention to defraud people at large, using their own position and power. Now, Millard, as far as bail granting on the same footing, Millard, I'm coming to that. না ওইটা তো আমরা বলে দিয়েছি এখন সাহেবরা যেটা চাইছেন উনি বলছেন on the same footing এখন বেকার না স্যার ওইটা same footing sir my lord I'm coming on the same footing my learned junior is asking me to make some more subjects but my lord I think so we have all yeah I know that I've said now my lord most of the witnesses are working on contractual basis. Number they may be removed. And my lord, that is a fear enough for them to turn hostile.
Removed
from their contractual services, my lord.
Who will remove?
My lord, the people who are asking, who are there, my lord, whose bail applications are being moved before my lord, they were holding posts of helm.
Will they go back to their posts? If we grant bail, no, we are asking, we don't know. If we grant them bail, will they go back to their posts?
My lord, nobody can be, my lord, if they will, whether they will granted that post or not, my lord, we are not the...
If we restrain that?
My lord, may restrain, my lord, I'm not on that, my lord. My lord, that is not for me to answer, my lord, that is the authority, the government which is in power, whether they will appoint them or not.
That is your fear, that is why I'm asking.
My fear is not that. They may get appointment, they should get, my fear is somewhere else. The fear is, my lord, which I will, even, my lord, senior will, my lord, not allow me to do it. My lord will kindly see the sanction. Sanction, my lord. I have to go to the mandamus court, but that I was advised on the last occasion. The CBI should go for a writ petition. This is what I am trying to impress. Not directly, but in other ways. My lord has seen these bail applications were being kept pending by this honorable court for 8 months, and today also that is pending, in spite of orders being there, passed by my lords. Now, my lord, then until that sanction is not granted, my lord, and my lord, the question which was asked was put to me by my learned senior friend, my lord, the deepest of respect. Cognizance na niye ভেতরে কিভাবে আছে I have referred to section 3 and 9 subsection 3. Now, my lord, I also tried to take an answer from my officer because this is not what we have to do. We have filed our charge sheet. I am representing not the honorable judge. No, I am representing the investigating agency. Now, my lord, in my respectful submission, if sanction is not being given, the entire process is pending. And they will have to bifurcate it, split the trial. And it is not, if they say no to it, then the question of splitting the trial will come. They are neither saying yes, neither they are saying no. It's in the limbo. Because of that reason, that is why, again, my lord, I may not be politically correct by saying, my lord, that they are trying to take advantage of their own wrong. I may not be politically correct because that is not the thing for which they are responsible directly. But my lord, they were holding posts. And they are influential people. So, my lord, in my respectful submission, that is why I am trying to impress upon my lord that whether they get back the post, they don't get back the post. But the influencing factor is there, which we cannot shut our eyes to. Now, my lord, on the same footing, my lord. My lord, I am taking.
Please.
My lord, by 15 minutes, my lord, I will complete it, my lord, within 15 minutes. Therefore, my lord, I am trying to rush in with the argument, but my lord, I am trying to cover all the salient points which I think so, my lord, should be brought to my lords. No. Well, the persons who have been granted bail and what my learned senior friends have submitted before my lords that are on the same footing. What of submission is bail? One is my lord Prasanna Kumar Rai. Prasanna Kumar Rai. Another person is my lord Jeevan Krishna Shaha, Kalyanmay Ganguly, Niladri Das. Now, my lord, as far as Niladri Das is concerned, my lord, he is the vice president of NISA. Was. I stand correct. Niladri Shaha, Niladri Das. My lord, I am getting confused with the surnames. Niladri Das. He was enlarged on bail by order dated 19/8/2023 by the Learned Trial. Now, my lord, he was the VP of NISA. So, my lord, what I will not again repeat at the cost that, my lord, he was the person who was working at the instruction of the commission, who were actually holders of the document, and any destruction made by him or whatever has been done by him has been done under instruction. So, my lord, he cannot be set on the same footing because he did not have, they were not on the same post or on the same footing. Then, my lord, Jeevan Krishna Shah, my lord, he is the MLA who was neither a member of the board nor was the member of the commission. He was at the best the person who gathered money and paid gratification. So, my lord, he is not the person who used his post for corruption and for doing all these things. Then, my lord, as far as the only person, my lord, is Sri Kalyanmay Ganguly. Now, my lord, that order was passed.
Who is Prasanna Rai?
Agent.
He is also an agent. Agent. My lord, only, my lord, Kalyanmay, what had fallen from my lord at the very outset.
He stands on the same.
Stands on the same footing. So, my lord, I am trying to impress very humbly, my lord, as far as giving him bail on one particular case. This was with regard to RC5. RC5. We have 4 RCs, the investigation is going on. Now, my lord, each and every case, in one case he has been granted bail, and in the other case, the bail applications are pending before me. So, my lord, this is a particular case where, when this order was passed in the 11th month of 2023, subsequently thereto, there has been an order of this honorable court. There has been further investigation, which has opened another Pandora's box for him because we are investigating further. And, my lord, the charge sheet which have been submitted with regard to these cases are concerned, my lord, they are different, maybe slightly, but they are different. My lord. Though you cannot totally, I cannot take away because it's a part of the entire scam, my lord. But still, my lord, I am still with deepest of respect is saying that on the grounds, when he was granted bail, there are changed circumstances, one. Secondly, lordship, the points which were again the allegations as far as RC5 is concerned and other RCs are concerned is different. And my lord, in
He was
supplementary
granted
charge sheet also.
He was granted bill in RC5.
Yes, my lord, only. And my lord, after that supplementary. Now, my lord, in RC3 and RC4, supplementary charge sheets have been filed after this bail was granted. Yes, supplementary charge sheet has been filed where he has been.
You have prayed for cancellation of bail of SLP.
My lord, since he is already under arrest with regard to RC4 and 5, my lord, RC3, my lord, RC3, my lord, candidly, we have not prayed for cancellation of his bail as of now, my lord, because he is already in custody with us. This is what my instructions are. So, my lord, this is my submission with regard to, my lord, the bail is concerned. Now, my lord, sir, I will detain. I have the right to. My lord, I have another 11 minutes. My lord, another 19, my lord. Now, my lord, in my respectful submission, now I am coming to a judgment, my lord, which is really apt. कौन सा paragraph? मैं बोलती सर. This is 2017 volume 14 Supreme Court cases 809. कौन सा paragraph है? 79. तुमने mark कौन सा किया? 79. I'm sorry. Girish Kumar Suneja है ना versus Central Bureau of Investigation. Paragraph 17. Paragraph 79. Malad will kindly come to paragraph 79. That is at page 851, the penultimate page of the judgment. Malad, may I read?
Yes.
The aforesaid order came up for consideration before the court in Shahid Balwa versus Union of India. While dealing with the submissions made in relationship to the aforesaid order, submissions that are similar to those made before us, this court held that considering the width and ambit of investigation which could even spread overseas and also considering the larger public interest, the aforesaid order was passed reserving the right of the accused to move the court if there is a grievance against the order passed by the special judge during the trial, and that this would ensure that progress in the trial is not hampered. Such an order was permissible under the provisions of Article 136, read with Article 141 of the Constitution. It was also made clear that the parties cannot invoke the jurisdiction of Article 226 and 227 of the Constitution or under Section 482 so as to ensure compliance with the orders passed by this court. Otherwise, the very purpose and object of the order would be defeated. The court held in paragraph 22 and 23 of the report as follows. We may at the very outset point out that CBI as well as Enforcement Directorate are yet to complete the investigation of the cases relating to 2G scam, and the case which is being tried by the special judge is only one amongst them, wherein the charge sheet has been filed and trial is in progress. The court, taking into consideration the width and ambit of the investigation, which even spreads overseas, and the larger public interest involved, passed the order impugned, reserving the right of all, including the accused persons, to move the court if their prayer would amount to staying and impeding the progress of the trial. In case they have any grievances against the order passed by the special judge during trial, they are free to approach the court so that the progress of time-consuming proceedings and other forums, thereby the peremptory direction given by the court for day-to-day trial. Article 136, read with Article 142 of the Constitution of India, enables the court to pass such orders which are necessary for doing complete justice in any cause or matter pending before it, and any order so made shall be enforceable throughout the territory of India. The parties in such a case cannot invoke the jurisdiction under Article 226 and 227 and Constitution of India or under 482 so as to interfere with those orders passed by the court in exercise of constitutional powers conferred under Article 136, read with Article 142 of the Constitution of India, or else the parties will move courts inferior to this court under Article 226, 227 of the Constitution of India or Section 482 so as to defeat the very purpose and object of various orders passed by the court and exercise of powers conferred under Article 136, read with Article 142 of the Constitution of India. Now, my lord, paragraph 80, my lord. Paragraph 80 is important. Now, my lord, what I am trying to impress about, my lord, that this is the case before, my lord, when it comes to Article 21, when it comes to the rights, the Honorable Supreme Court had come to this particular finding, my lord, that when a particular scam is of such a nature that it is, my lord, in public interest, that people may not be granted liberties which they are granted in normal proceedings. So, my lord, there I am trying to equate. This is also a particular act of such nature where I am coming lastly but not the least. One, the people have misused their authority. They are all politically empowered people. Secondly, my lord, the people who have been given the job for doing justice to people of who are to given jobs, who are teachers. My lord, the teachers are the people who actually cast the future of the students. What I am because of my alma mater. So, my lord, in my respectful submission, the moral science is there, my lord. We are Babohat GB, INGB. So, whatever law is, whatever is in the society is promulgated in a framework. What is relevant to the society is the law of today. Because, my lord, old order changes, yielding place to new, and God fulfills himself in many ways, lest one good custom may corrupt the world. So, all these customs, when they start corrupting, then laws are amended because of the society which is changing. So, my lord, the laws are there, my lord. Honorable Supreme Court has said, my lord, in these sort of cases, my lord, there may be a departure. There may be a departure, my lord, from the normal footing, my lord, where if these people are enlarged on bail, my lord, these are the things which are going to happen, my lord. My lord, sanction is not being granted. Now, my lord, in my respectful submission, if sanction is not being granted, what is holding the Chief Secretary from holding the from granting sanction or refusing it? And then, my lord, it is said that the trial court is not going forward with the trial. Okay. Either you say no, then it will be split.
Cannot one also then legitimately ask what is holding back CBI from filing, taking recourse to appropriate proceedings for obtaining sanction? We see no effort on the part of CBI.
May I? My lord, it all started in 2022. Now, my lord, after that, when we took this particular chance of what we have to initially, my lord, we cannot, it is not proper, my lord, to come to this honorable court, one particular agency of a government accusing another particular government organization that this has not been done. It is always through correspondences, which normally is done. Now, my lord, we were there. We are doing that, and still we are doing that. Now, the situation came to such stand that when these bails were filed, this honorable court called them, the learned advocate general, and also a report from the chief secretary as to why the sanction is not being granted. And that went on for the next 6 months, if not more. That continued. This bail application was filed, what I've been told, in the month of January.
January till March,
January. And this particular orders which I had given that compilation at the very outset, when my lord had given me that particular right to, my lord, make my submission with regard to. So, my lord, we'll see from those compilation that this particular series of orders were passed by this honorable court. So, my lord, because of those orders being passed, my lord, we thought, my lord, since the honorable High Court is in season of the issue, and honorable High Court has taken it, asking the Advocate General to come and also the government pleader to come. Therefore, we did not take. That is the only answer which I can give to, plausible answer, my lord, which I can give to my lord's query which has fallen from my lord. That is the reason, my lord. But we are contemplating filing a writ petition. But, my lord, that also requires, my lord, that, and we are authority, my lord, we need sanctions. There are certain protocols which have to be followed. So, my lord, here, my lord, what I am humbly submitting, the charge sheet amply suggests that how these things were done, and in a premeditated manner from 2016, using the office, public office, and using the posts by these people, and all the agents whoever have looted the public at large have done that because at the behest of these people who actually gave them the right to do that by manipulating things. They are the root cause of the entire thing, the entire tree which has become lush and green with all these corruption is because of these two roots. So, my lord, these roots cannot be, my lord, and my lord, then the investigation is going to suffer, my lord, because it is still continuing, my lord. So, in my respectful submission, my lord, I pray, my lord, that and I vehemently oppose the brave prayer.
By tomorrow, so that on Monday you want to get here for fight.
Tomorrow, my lord will kindly, Monday.
Do you want to file any written notes of argument?
Written notes of argument, my lord, because now.
Very good. Given the weekend, file on Monday, file by Monday.
Monday,
First, let us see what he says.
Monday,
My lord will kindly give us, because we need to get approval from Delhi, my lord. That is the main problem which we face, my lord.
How long?
My lord, next week, my lord, maybe by
We'll
Thursday,
give you
my
a
lord.
week. We'll give you.
My lord, that is what.
Next Thursday, file it. We'll hear you Friday. That was the next Friday.
or Friday 10:30. Take only half an hour. And the time Justice Sinarwai will dictate the judgment.
27th ফাঁকা আছে 27th 12:40 Friday week
Friday.
week 12:45
Right.
Thursday he'll be filing his note.
Friday 12:40.
Mr.
Can it
Trivedi,
be given 10 days, my lord?
Please, Krishna, please, পায়ে হাত কামছে বসে বসে
Mr. Trivedi from a learned
My lord will give us at least 10 days.
for CBI.
straight up like dresses.
My lord, 10 days, my lord. We are into another investigation also, my lord. My lord knows, my lord. My officers are limited, my lord.
It becomes very embarrassing.
10 days, my lord. 10 days, my lord. My lord, whatever falls from my lord. My lord,
The CBI concludes his argument. Stop. He would like to file a written note of argument. Stop. Let that be filed by next Thursday. তারিখটা বলো কত? আজ কত? September 26th with advance copy to learned advocates for the other parties. Stop. As requested by learned advocates for the petitioners, this matter once again on September 27, 2024, marked 12:45 p.m. for the petitioners to mark 12:30 p.m. for the petitioners to make submission in reply.